going?
How we doing?
Good. How's it feel to be back on a court?
Feels good, honestly. I was a little nervous, not because anything, but just because I haven't been out here in a while. So certainly fun to lace them up and be in a competitive practice. Obviously a lot different. I've been working out and playing pickup and stuff like that, but to be in an environment like this, it's really fun for myself.
Are you at 100? Is that
At 100%, yeah. Yep. Obviously, need to knock off a little bit of rust to get my lungs back, but my body feels really good. I feel like I'm in a really good spot, so main goal is just staying that way.
Yeah, there's I don't know how you would describe the era of basketball that USA women's basketball is in right now with all these new faces with the senior national team.
Yeah.
Feels transitional. Is that an accurate way to describe where this
Yeah, I mean, I still think there's a lot of great vets here, and I think obviously Sue, being in the role that she is, nobody understands USA basketball any better. She won, 4 or 5 plus gold medals, and, one of the best to ever play the game. So having her around, she knows better than anybody. So I think it's fun just getting a lot of young talent in the gym, but also at the same time learning from the people that have won gold medals before, and that's what you need. You can't just have a lot of young people here. You need the vets here to lead the way. They know what international competition is about. Obviously, the WNBA is one thing, but FIBA is completely different. There's some similarities, but there's also a good amount of differences too. So you have to find a healthy balance of both of those. I think position-wise, me and Plum, and we were on the same team today, so I think, obviously she's won a gold. She's done some 3-on-3 stuff too. She knows what USA basketball is all about, and so I feel for me, today, I was around Plum a lot, and I thought that's really good. Her energy is always great, so fun being around her.
When you with a lot of these players,
Yeah.
So what's it like to reunite?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I remember this vividly. Obviously, Carol Cowan was very involved when I was first, coming up through the junior national team system, and played in the U16 team and then played on the U19 team twice. And they always gave us this statistic of how many of us would make it to the national team, and it's 1 or 2 of us. And there's those camps when it's really young, you can sign up and try out. I don't know if it's still that way, but that's what it was when I was coming up. And so now to just be at a senior national team camp, that's a dream come true within itself. Obviously it's a whole other thing to be able to make the team, and we're still quite a bit out from that. Obviously the World Cup and then the Olympic team, but it's certainly an honor to be here, and I think all of them would say the exact same thing.
Does it make it more comfortable and more competitive that you're kind of with this core of people that's the same age, that you've come up through basketball, kind of basketball peers?
I think it's a little bit of both. You know each other a little bit, and obviously we all play versus each other, and some of us have played with each other on certain teams in the past, or even in the WNBA. But at the same time, it's competitive. You all want to win. You're all fighting for a spot, and I think that was one of the focus points coming into today for Coach Kara is just be competitive, work really hard, and I think we all did that.
How would you describe your mindset? I mean, I know you're, getting back on the court for real for the first time in a while,
Yeah.
but just in general, this opportunity when you say basketball, you guys collectively work for.
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity, and it's really fun. That's what you remind yourself of. I was thinking about it last night, and my main goal for today was just smile and have fun. You take for granted getting to play basketball, and you always say that you don't want to, but then when you get hurt, you realize you probably did. And for myself, obviously the year was pretty challenging, and I missed being on the court and playing. Whether I would have taken 10 bad games in a row just to be out there and playing, because that's how much I love it and how much I love competing with my teammates. So for me to be here and feel like I'm playing well and being healthy, that makes me smile more than anything, and gives you a sense of being really grateful for your health too as well. Sorry.
It's all good. I'll give you before practice. Coach Kara was like, "Hey, it's okay. We can be around your people.
Yeah.
You got people. Some love basketball, some don't.
Yeah.
Same thing. When you get here, everybody has the same passion.
Yeah.
You're walking away from the game. You don't know what's your feeling walking away being around everyone who's believing.
Absolutely, and that's so true. Obviously in college it's a little bit different. At the end of the day, especially in college, those were my best friends, but that wasn't their future in life. So it's hard to demand the same things out of them or expect them to love the game in the way that you love it. But here, that's that's for everybody. Everybody loves basketball. Everybody wants to be the best, and like you can just feel that energy. It's not something that's like spoken about. It's just the way everybody competes and wants to get better. And at the end of the day, that just elevates everybody's game and elevates mine. And that's what you want to be around. You want to be around the best of the best.
In the background of all of this, there are these negotiations for a new CBA going on. Obviously, yourself, Paige, Angel, this younger generation is influencing that a lot, just in terms of your marketing power, your visibility.
Yeah.
What role do you see yourself and your peers, again, the ones I just mentioned, playing in these negotiations?
Yeah, I think it's obviously really important, and the last couple classes of the WNBA have been able to take a step into the league and perform at a very high level. And I think the most important thing for myself, thinking about these CBA negotiations, like this is the biggest moment the WNBA has ever seen, and it's not something that can be messed up. And we're going to fight for everything that we deserve, but at the same time, like, we need to play basketball. That's what our fans crave, and that's what all of you crave as well, is you want the product on the floor. And at the end of the day, that's how you make the money, that's how you're marketable, that's what the fans get excited about, that's what the fans want to show up for. So, it's business and it's a negotiation, and there has to be compromise on both sides. And, we're starting to get down to the wire of it, and it's become really important. And obviously I want to help in any way I can, and I've tried to educate myself the best I can. Obviously I can't speak to every single number. It's pretty complicated, but I think there are different things that we can, find ways to say, no, like we certainly deserve that and we're not going to compromise on that. And then other things that we can probably compromise on. But like I said, like this is the biggest moment in the history of the WNBA, and I don't want that to be forgotten. And it's important that we find a way to, play this next season. And I think our fans and even everybody that has played in this league that has come before us deserve that as well.
How much have you been, talking to people, like, and see about, like, the status of negotiations, or, like, how much have you been, like, kind of clued in? And I know you got a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few different people that I talk to, and to be honest, I've only been in one meeting. I don't sit in every single meeting. That's not my specific job, and there's people that are on different advisory committees or different team reps that tell us everything that's happening in those meetings. And I think also, like, using resources that I have, like I've talked to Sue Bird about it quite a bit too. Just, she was in the last CBA negotiations and one of the ones that was the key point of how they got that done. And honestly, I just ask her questions to understand better. Like I said, I think you have to educate yourself to know, and I don't know everything, but I just want to be able to understand how it works and how the business operates. And, you want to understand both sides and be respectful of both sides, but at the end of the day, like, come to a compromise. But I think for myself is, you talk to people around the league, you talk to your team reps. That's Lexi and Aaliyah for me. They're the ones that are in the meetings. And then obviously Bree Turner is our treasurer, I believe. So I go to Bree Turner a lot too. She has a lot of the information, but I don't sit in every meeting, but I definitely do get the information.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Caitlin.
guys. Good to see all of you.
Yeah, you too.